I try not to miss marketing outside the box. It's always very helpful.
Yes, that's right. And we need it now. You know, my husband, I hope I don't know what he's doing. I think he's playing with the cat. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway.
Well, if he doesn't join you, tell him that I said hello.
Oh yeah, no, he's coming in a minute. Yeah, that's it. I said don't miss this. You know? But yeah, I just had a couple of questions because I came in early just to ask a couple questions. You know.
Okay.
Hold on. That's the clock.
Just wanted to confirm you all can hear me as well.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
I see you've got your boss with you.
Yes, she keeps me in line.
Yeah. How many months is she?
She's going to be 9 months on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think you just got waved to.
Yeah, I saw. Let's see if I can wave back to her. What's her name?
Zanaya.
We're glad to have Zanaya with us.
Ooh, did you hear that?
Pretty name for a pretty girl.
Yes, thank you.
Since we didn't start yet, I got one quick question to ask.
Okay.
Because I knew about Zoom, obviously, and then I knew about YouTube, but you have to realize that I'm old and I don't know a lot of things about the computer. But anyway, so you can use them together. We're using the Zoom and we're going to use the YouTube together, or no, today?
No, we're going to talk about YouTube.
Gotcha. Perfect. Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And for the last 2 weeks, Maggie's led us in a wonderful discussion about how we can all use YouTube to market our businesses. And today's focus is on how we can make money using YouTube. So it's a really good 3-part series.
Yeah. I mean, I was just saying, I just really just found out about it, like now, today, or yesterday, whatever. And I have other Zoom meetings that we're going to. So I literally have 2 more Zoom meetings we're going to. Right. So I told her I'm leaving a little earlier today. But anyway,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely need the YouTube for sure.
Well, how did you find out about it?
You found out about what?
This marketing outside the box.
I must admit that I get your emails all the time. Okay. But I was looking at them. Sometimes I get a chance to look because this is a crazy time, as you know, a crazy time anyway. But I look at your emails. But also, it was the, see here, what is the one? The Innovation Quarter one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I because I always get that one too. But it's just, there's so many stuff that I'm trying to do, and well, you know that. But anyway, yeah. I'm here. Can you see her?
Yeah. How are you doing?
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yeah. It's nice to see you in a relaxed setting at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Because that's pretty much what we were doing, is we were just going to meetings, different organization meetings, well, just to kind of network. And now that's dried up,
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. We'll get started in just another minute here. I know we have quite a few people that have registered, and we'll just let them join us when their schedule allows, but we'll try to start on time. I know some of you said that you have conflicts at 1, so hopefully I get through most of the content, but if not, you can always get it later. Just by emailing us. And I think Tony's here, so she'll drop an email address in there for you. So if you do want any of the previous presentations, she can get it to you.
Oh, good. So do I have to write something down? Do I need a pen and paper?
No, I'm gonna drop in the chat.
Okay.
Email, and then you just email us saying you're interested in the presentation, and I will respond with the link that you need.
Good. Perfect.
So I'm seeing someone say that they see people talking, but they're not hearing anything.
Uh-oh.
And that is ECHORD. You may need to test your audio because we can hear each other. And Marlene, Tony just put the email address in the chat for you.
Oh, okay, good. And I guess I have to find it. I saw it pop up. Now I have to find where it is.
Yeah, everybody's device is different as far as where the
Yeah,
buttons are.
I know. And this is a new one that I'm using, and it's just, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I've got a Chromebook and I still haven't figured out how to adjust the mic at all. It's making me nuts.
Yeah. Oh, that's what, yeah, I can find it on the Chromebook, but I can't find it on here now. Where is my,
It's on the side, isn't it? Oh, you're talking
No.
about for the mic.
yeah, no, oh, never mind.
Oh. Don't get me started, Lucy. I have no idea. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Christy, you're asking, is it the same presentation you did or a different part? Are you talking about this specific presentation today?
Yes, it had to do with YouTube and
Okay, so this is the third part of that series. This is the final part of that series.
okay, I thought it was different. Okay, thank you.
So yeah, it'll be different from the first one that you saw, but it's still the same series.
Gotcha.
All right.
And I'm sorry, your name is just acronyms for me, but Eckerd, can you hear us now? You can just type in the chat so I can tell if you're still having sound issues.
All right, where's my chat?
Oh, it's 12:30. There you go. It says you're connecting, so you should be able to hear us now. And it says you're muted, but can you hear us now? I hope so. I'll leave Tony to help you with any tech issues you may be having. Okay, perfect. Excellent. You got it. Hi, everyone. Thank you
Hey.
so much for joining us. I know we still have a few more people that will be joining us, but I'll go ahead and get started. And hopefully I'll have you out of here before 1:30 today. I don't think my presentation will take the full hour, but I've said that before and surprised myself. So we'll see. Like last week, I will hold off on introductions and only do them at the end if time allows, and just jump right into the presentation. So welcome again, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Marketing Outside the Box, which is a weekly program that we offer here at Hustle Winston-Salem in conjunction with the Foresight Tech Small Business Center, as well as with Flywheel Co-working here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So if you're joining us from another location, we welcome you into our communities virtually. And I'll just jump right into the presentation if that's okay. I know, Marlene, before we got started, you said you'll be leaving halfway through, but you had some questions. If you want to just tell me those questions right now, just in case I don't get to them by 1, I'll try to keep in mind to try to give you an answer before that 1 o'clock time.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. That was the one question I had, and it was answered, so we're good.
Oh, okay,
Yes, good.
perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect, excellent. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So just bear with me a moment here.
Max, do you need me to look on Facebook for comments?
Yes, please watch the Facebook comments in case there are any questions for me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's currently live on Facebook because I
It
didn't get a
is,
notification.
it's live on
Okay,
Facebook.
I'll
Yeah.
search for it. Thanks.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Well, I'm not sharing anything yet, so. But there we go. All right, so we'll just jump into the presentation. Like I said, hopefully I won't take the full hour and I'll give you back some of your Wednesday today. There is quite a bit of construction going on outside around my house. So if at any point you can't hear me because the construction is overshadowing my voice, please just unmute yourself and pop in and let me know that so that I can adjust accordingly, okay? Tony is keeping an eye on the chat. I cannot see the chat right now. So if she missed a question or comment that you want to make sure that we hear or discuss, please just unmute yourself and ask the question. Don't feel like you're interrupting me. I interrupt people all the time, so I never get offended when people do it to me. Well, let me not say never, but rarely get offended when people do it to me. So So just as a quick reminder for those that have been with us and those that are joining us today for the first time, this is our agenda. First week, we talked about the basics. Last week, we explored the magic, as I call it. And then today, we'll talk about the moolah as it relates to to YouTube. And this is just a quick review. And if you remember, these are some of the things that we talked about. I won't go through it. I'm just kind of skipping through to get to the slide I need to get to. But it kind of helps you remember the things that we explored as it relates to the basics. And then just kind of putting up your video. A few things that I always want to remind you as we do this quick review is content, no matter what platform you're on. Content is queen, content is king. You need to always remember that. And then you always, especially as it relates to YouTube, and we'll talk about this a little bit more today, you have to know your target audience. You need to know your market. That's gonna always matter, no matter which form of marketing you're talking about. But specifically as it relates to YouTube, you wanna know your market. And just a quick review of last week as we discussed the magic. These are the things we went through as we talked about integrate, socializing on social media, and then investing in yourself and your business, which leads us into what we'll talk about today, which is the way that you can make money on YouTube. So we'll explore two things today. We'll explore making money on YouTube, directly on YouTube, and then we'll explore ways to make money through YouTube. So it wouldn't be exactly on YouTube, but you would be using YouTube to help you make that money. So first we'll get into the ways that you make money on YouTube. But of course, as always, I have a few little tips and things that I want to discuss before we jump into the different ways that you do that. And the first thing that I want to talk about is a lot of times, many of us, we don't start a YouTube channel for the purpose of making money. So that might not be the reason we have a YouTube channel, and we don't even think about making money, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't want you to miss the opportunities to earn money, and that's the purpose of today's class, to make sure that you understand that there are ways to make money on YouTube, and it's a pleasant surprise to have some extra revenue in your account. So whether that's your purpose or not, hopefully you'll learn something today, and if it applies to your life, you'll use it to your advantage to make some money on YouTube. And then I want to dispel the rumors as it relates to, do you get paid for uploading videos on YouTube? The simple answer is no. YouTube will not pay you for uploading a video. So you don't get paid for just putting up a video, nor is there any automated way or default way that YouTube will pay you for your videos. There are steps to it, and we'll talk about some of that today. And then, as I mentioned in the quick recap that I did not too long ago, you definitely always want to know your market. So as it relates to YouTube, you can monetize even if you don't have millions of followers, thousands of followers. There are quite a few rumors out there that you need to have X amount of followers in order as the only way to make YouTube. Now there is one way that requires a minimum amount of people, and we'll talk about that a little bit, but you don't have to have 1 million followers to make money on YouTube. So building your audience puts you in a great position. Before we even get started talking about these things, I want to talk about this and stress it, like I stressed the first week, like I stressed last week. Building your audience will put you in the best position to monetize, no matter how you shake or break it. So for you to monetize, the more niche your channel, the better position you'll be in. So there are certain things I would want you to pay close attention to while I talk about creating your niche audience. And this isn't in the presentation, so if you want to write it down, please feel free to. There are a few things you want to pay close attention to. The first being the gender of your audience. It's going to be kind of important to ways that you make money. The age range most of your audience falls into. And the geographic location, whether that's the countries or the cities where your videos are being watched, and then your audience overall engagement with your videos, or it's better known as their watch time. So their overall watch time. With this demographic information at hand, you'll have a better understanding of your audience, and you'll be able to monetize in a smarter way. And as we shared, I believe it was during week 1 of this series, you can always pull this information from YouTube Analytics. YouTube Analytics will give you that information about your videos. They make it very simple, and it's free, so it's wonderful. If you ever want to compare your own channel against similar YouTube channels as far as the analytics are concerned, or even if it's not similar YouTube channels, but other channels that you admire or you strive to be like, there is a tool called Social Blade. That's Social Blade that you can use. And it'll compare those demographics for you, and it can help you if it's something that you're striving to. It's a really useful tool for you as it relates to that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I stress that you need to know your audience as we talk about these various ways that you can make money. So with that information out of the way, we can start talking about the different ways that you can make money on your YouTube channel. Any questions about what I just shared before I jump into that? Okay. So first things first, ad platforms are the primary way that people make money on YouTube, where your channels serve as an ad platform. And there are 2 ways that you can do that. There are actually 3 ways, and I'll briefly mention the first way first, but the first way requires that you put money out. And that's why it's not in this presentation, because that's not what I want to talk about, but you can explore it some more. And it's you being an advertiser. It means you would pay YouTube and hope to get money back from your advertisements. So that's the first way, but that's not what we're going to discuss today. But I wanted to make sure I mentioned that so you know all the resources out there for you. So the first way that we're going to talk about today, as far as the 2 ways that you make money on YouTube from ad platforms, is being a YouTube partner program through the YouTube partner program. The YouTube partner program is the one that I mentioned not too long ago that does require a certain amount of subscribers to your channel before you can make money. But even before I get into that description there's a step that you would need to do in order to be a YouTube partner program, that whether you have your 1,000 subscribers or not, I would still encourage that you do this step, the monetization step, and I'll go through those steps with you in just a second, because the other ways that we'll talk about, some of them will also use this, and it doesn't require that you have the minimum subscribers. So if you all remember when we went through the basics, you have a profile, you have an account, and what you would do, first things first, if you remember at the top of the page, there's something called YouTube Studio. You would click your YouTube Studio, a menu would pop up, and you'll see an option for other features. When other features pop up, you'll see the monetization option, and that's the one that you'll click. And I'm going through this because this is what you will need. This is how YouTube pays you. So you need to make sure this step happens, because we have people with YouTube channels and it may not be their goal to monetize, so it's fine. But there are people with thousands of subscribers that could potentially make money, but have no idea that they have that option in front of them because they're not set up to get paid by YouTube. So you go to other features, you select monetization, it'll go through, program terms and conditions. So you read that at your leisure and accept those. And then it'll ask you to create an AdSense account, or some of you may already have an AdSense account, and it'll ask you to connect your existing AdSense account. And it'll go through a few monetization preferences that you kind of choose what you want, and then you're set up. So that's the first step. You want to enable monetization on YouTube. And if you miss any of those steps that I just went through, honestly, you can Google monetization steps on YouTube or something like that, and it'll pop up. Every single step that I just told you will pop up and show you step by step. But honestly, go to your YouTube studio, which is at the top of your screen when you sign into YouTube, and the steps are there. YouTube studio, other features, monetization, partner programs, and so on and so forth. Something that I do want to make sure that you are aware of as it relates to the YPP, which is the YouTube Partner Program. Once you apply, because that's an application process when you do that. Once you apply, it takes them about a week to respond and approve you, okay? So just keep that in mind, that it'll take them about a week before you hear back. So it's not that you just apply and you're automatically set. It'll take about a week before you hear back from YouTube regarding those steps.
Magali, do you have to wait until you have 1,000 subscribers or more?
For
Or
the
can you go ahead
partner,
Okay.
oh, no, to create it,
Mhm.
no, you don't have to wait to have 1,000 partners or more to create it. I want to point out 1,000 partners, which goes right into my next thing, Alan. Thank you. Is the 1,000 subscribers is for the YouTube Partner Program specifically.
Okay.
So I know I put enable monetization under the partner program, but you want to enable monetization regardless. If it's your goal to make money on YouTube. So the partner program itself, that's what you apply to. You can enable monetization on YouTube and not apply to the partner program yet.
Yeah, it does. And while you're describing it, I'm doing it. So I went to monetization and there was a button saying, email me when I'm eligible.
Right.
Perfect.
And I'll tell you why, as we go through this presentation, you'll see why I'm telling you to enable monetization regardless, because there are other ways to make money on YouTube without having 1,000 subscribers, and you can still make money. Thank you for that question, Alan. So as it relates specifically to the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program, that particular program does require that you have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours over the last year. So it's not 4,000 per subscriber, it's just total. You want to make sure that you have 4,000 watch hours. You don't have to monitor this, YouTube monitors it for you, but it is key for them to accept you into that particular program. Some of you may be wondering, well, how do I keep up with that? How am I going to get 4,000 watch hours? The answer is simple. You remember the first week, we also talked about how regularly you'll put up YouTube content. It's up to you. It's really up to you how you do it. So you could build your hours and your subscribers by how often you're posting content, and or how often. Last week we talked about the magic ways that you share that information out, how often you're sharing that same content to different audiences to get it up. So ideally, someone can get 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers off of one video. That's very possible, but it takes some work on your part to make sure you're sharing that out. And I want to pause really quickly because I failed to mention this in the beginning. While we are specifically talking about YouTube for businesses, marketing for businesses, I do want you to know that these same principles and tips and tactics apply to your personal YouTube page. You can apply these exact same things to your own YouTube page and not have it connected to your business page if you prefer to make money just as an individual that way as well. I just want to make sure that you understand that. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours over the last year. And then you will qualify for that. Okay. A very popular question is, so once I have that, how many views do I need to have per video to continue to make money? So there's good news and bad news here. The good news is the number of views you get doesn't correlate to the revenue you earn. Meaning, once you're accepted into YouTube Partner Program, it doesn't matter if one person watch it versus a million people. That's not how you're going to make the money through the YouTube partner program. And the not so good news, it's not necessarily bad news, but the not so good news is if your video gets 1,000 views, but no one actually clicks the ad, you won't make any money. So as a reminder, the way the YouTube partner program works is advertisers pay YouTube for people to click on ads. And as a YouTube partner program, as a member of the YouTube partner program, if they click on the ad from your page, you'll make the money, okay? And YouTube splits that revenue 55-45. So 45% goes to Google. Remember I told you Google owns YouTube. 45% goes to Google and 55% goes to you. So you're making the majority of it. And it's really a great way to make money from YouTube. It takes a little bit of work on your part, yes, but it is. I think right now the highest amount that someone makes per month, and obviously someone with these numbers probably have millions of subscribers. The highest amount someone is making per month is about close to $12 million per month off a YouTube partner program. And these are businesses, of course, and they have an entire platform in how they manage this because they recognize the revenue stream connected to it. The next thing that I want to talk about as far as ad programs go are being a part of the affiliate links. So as an affiliate, there is no eligibility requirement. Basically, you're taking advertising into your own hands. So it's a great way for you.
Can I ask a quick question about the partner program?
Yes.
It has on, okay, thank you. It has on there about, it has the YouTube premium. Do you have to have YouTube premium before you can?
Thank you so much. I forgot to mention that. Thank you for highlighting that for me. So no, you don't have to have YouTube premium. So I put that there because YouTube premium is another way that you can make money and through the partner program. So if you all aren't familiar with YouTube premium, so it's a membership from YouTube where anyone can pay a monthly membership and they can watch YouTube videos ad-free. So the beauty of if you do a YouTube partner program, if someone watch your video, you will automatically get paid from YouTube. There's no, they need to click, they need to do this. It's automatic. YouTube will pay you the 55% just because somebody watched your video. Does that help answer your question?
So they will pay you if you are on premium or the person watching it is on premium?
So when you sign up to be a partner program member, you're gonna make, if the person that is on YouTube premium, so for example, if I paid to have a YouTube premium membership and you or your business is your YouTube partner program, you applied and they accepted you, and I watched your video, you will make money because I watched your video. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yes, no problem. And it's automatic. Once you are a YouTube partner program member, YouTube premium members are automatic. If they watch your video, you're automatically making some revenue from that. If they watch your video, there's no extra step needed on your part. So going back to the affiliate links, like I said, there's no eligibility requirement, and it's very easy to join. If you click YouTube affiliate brands, you will see a long list of affiliate programs you can join. I just mentioned two of the most popular ones here, which is ClickBank and Amazon. Those are probably the two most popular affiliate programs associated with YouTube, but you have a long list to choose from. It's a very simple process to sign up to become an affiliate. And the way it works is when you post a video on YouTube, in your description, and we talked about the description during week 1, in your description, these particular affiliates, they give you a specific link. You make sure that link is in your description. And anytime someone click and purchase, keyword here is purchase whatever it is that link is selling, you make money. The key difference here with the affiliate link than the YouTube partner is you're going to get paid directly from the company. So there's no, YouTube isn't a middleman here. And you have to remember each program, and as you sign up for the affiliate programs, you'll see this, each program takes a different percentage of a sale. So you'll see some where they're only going to take 10% and give you 90%. You'll see somewhere they'll take 25% and give you 75. And then you'll see somewhere you're only going to get 30% and they're going to take 70. It really just depends on the company and their brand and what you decide to sign up for as an affiliate. A question that comes up often is, should I only become an affiliate of brands that or products or services that make sense for my company? The honest answer is that's entirely up to you. My opinion, and this is not a professional opinion, it's a biased opinion. My opinion is it doesn't matter, because let's just say you're putting up a YouTube video about your run today, and your affiliate program, one of your affiliate programs is a book. It has nothing to do with running, just a book. I'm using an example here, pulling out of my hat. You can decide in your video, right before you start telling them about your run, you can say something as quickly as simple as, hey guys, I'm about to start reading my favorite book, but I just wanted to tell you about my run today, and talk about your run the entire video. But you can say in your link, if you want to know about this book, remember we talked about YouTube allowing you to put text on the screen. If you want to buy this book, or if you want to know more about this book, click the link on my screen. The book cannot be related to your video at all, but it's an opportunity for you to make money. Now, from a branding standpoint, yes, it makes sense for you to try to connect to affiliate programs that match your brand and things of that nature, but it's not a requirement. You can become an affiliate of almost any brand out there that's acceptable on YouTube. I wanted to point out one specific thing. If you're into traveling, or if you're in the world of traveling, there is a very popular one for travels, for travel vloggers. I think it's travel payouts or something like that. Just Google travel affiliate program and it'll pop up, I promise. And it works really, really well. And I mentioned this because travel, in my opinion, touch a lot of different industries. So it's not just those of us that travel a lot or work in that industry. If I'm traveling and I'm going somewhere where I'm not accustomed to the environment or the place that I'm going, I want to know almost everything. What's the best way to keep my hair intact? What's the best products for my skin while I'm there? And you can touch so many different industries in that way. So that's just another example of a good affiliate program that can fit into almost any industry. And I think that's all I have for that. Any questions before I move on? All right, so those are the two ways to make. Was there a question? I thought I heard something.
No, I was just gonna say it's very good, very insightful. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. So those are the two ways to make money from an ad platform. The next thing we're gonna talk about is how to make money from a fan fund standpoint. Okay, Magley, what is a fan fund? What are you talking about? So fan funding is exactly what it sounds like. Viewers donate money to your channel if they are a fan of your content. Goes back to me telling you, content is king, content is queen. If they're enjoying your content, they will give you money. It's a twist on crowdfunding, which we'll discuss a little bit later as well. But so I know you probably can't see that image clearly, but I'll discuss it in just a second. But there are three main ways that I want to talk about today that you can benefit from fan funding. And at the bottom of the screen there, once you get this presentation, I put each of the links connected to it. So the first way is YouTube's version of fan funding. On YouTube itself, it's called Super Chat. And basically it's a feature that YouTube uses when you go live. Remember I talked about last week that you can go live on YouTube. It's a feature that YouTube uses when you're going live. It lets you create a tipping jar for your viewers to donate whenever and however, how much ever they want to donate to your account. So someone can donate 50 cents and someone can donate $50, someone can donate 500, you never know, but it's a virtual tipping jar where people can just donate to you while you're live providing content. And the next one that you see there is Patreon. This one is more membership based, and this one correlates with the image that you see there. Patreon is the platform makes it easy for YouTubers to get paid. So basically fans subscribe to their favorite channels, which hopefully will be your channel, for as little as $1 a month. And then your part is that you have to provide some type of exclusive reward. Don't overthink the reward. The reward can be as simple as, like I said, I know you can't see this screen, but it can be as simple as what you see there. So for this particular company, they're called Wait But Why, and they're a long form written content company. So they do a lot of writing, but their $1 per month membership, this is the benefit of it. It gets you on, this is how they describe it. You get to be on board for $1 a month. And they describe it as, you know how sometimes someone says they're on some advisory board and they sound fancy? That's kind of what happens here. After pledging, you'll receive a link to join our quote unquote inner circle email list. So the reward there is the email list. That's how they marketed it, right? And honestly, I think when you think about fan funding, this is where you use your network. Most of your friends and family won't hesitate to give $1 a month to you to support your dreams and support what you're doing from an entrepreneur standpoint. The next level that they have is a $3 membership. And then the next level is a $5 membership. So let's just assume that you have 250 followers. You have 250 followers at the $1 membership level. That means every month you have revenue of $250 for just because you have a YouTube channel. But let's just say you do that at the $5 level, and 250 of your members or your subscribers they find that the perks that you're providing at the $5 level are more worth it, so they prefer to have that. That's what, $1,250 a month. And you can do it anyway. If you were to think about the YouTube partner program that we talked about already, where they require a minimum of 1,000 people. So let's just say, you already have 1,000 people, and then you also decided to do some fan funding, and each of those 1,000 people joined at the $1 level. That's $1,000 a month just for having your channel. Imagine if each of them joined at the $5 level. That's $5,000 a month, so on and so forth. You understand how you can do the math and see the residual income that can come just from having your YouTube channel to this extent. And then the last one that you see on the page there is Tippy. And Tippy is a combination of the two that I talked about, the Super Chat and the Patreon. So it allows you to do tipping, and it also allows you to have membership-based platforms on your YouTube channel. And those are kind of the three things from a fan funding. And it works directly through YouTube. Some of them do have their own separate sites that you can use as well if you want to use that on other platforms, but it's very popularly known to work with YouTube. Any questions specifically about fan funding? I feel like I'm leaving something out that I wanted to say, so I'm thinking through it.
Were you going to talk about YouTube's membership program? that you can
That's
do?
the first one that I didn't talk about super chat. That's the first one that I mentioned, YouTube super chat. Or you talking
But
about
that,
something
I'm sorry,
different?
something different. Because the membership on YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. I think it's, maybe that's why you didn't talk about it. Because I think it's like 5,000. And then they allow you to like have a paid membership.
You're talking about when you pay YouTube for others to pay you? Am I understanding your question correctly? Are you still
You were
there?
breaking up. Say it again.
Are you specifically talking about,
Oh, that's me.
can you hear me?
Say it again. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet, but you're going in and out.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, you're okay.
Okay, Tony, I think it's yours, but if I understand Tony correctly, it might be what I told you all I wouldn't be exploring today. And that's the one that it requires you put some money out, and it requires just a little bit extra effort. Now, it's not a horrible way to make money on YouTube, but it's not one of the ways that I'm exploring today. If you're interested in knowing more about that, you could reach out to us, or you can also Google and figure out more about that. But I won't be exploring that particular way to make money on YouTube today as an entrepreneur. Tony, if you're talking about something else, once your connection is good, you can jump in and clarify, okay?
Okay, yeah, I think it was my connection. And I don't know. I don't know much about it. I just know that some of the people I'm subscribed to, they have a membership option on their YouTube channel specifically.
And you're sure it's not fan funding?
Is it Patreon? Because I know one of the
No,
it's not, because one of them I follow, they offer Patreon services or membership.
yeah, it's not Patreon. It's right next to the subscribe button on some of your, next time you guys are on YouTube, just, you know, some of the people that have higher subscription rate, it'll be right next to, if they use this option, it's right next to the subscribe button, and they pick the number, and it says, instead of saying subscribe, it says join, and that's the paid membership.
I haven't seen that one.
Now, it may, I'm not quite sure what Tony is referring to either. It sounds like a higher fan funding base, in my opinion. The three that I mentioned are not the only fan funding options on YouTube. There are other options, so it may be another form of that Tony is referring to. I'm not exactly sure, Tony, if I completely know what you're referring to, but it could possibly be another option. Because another fan funding connection that you can do at YouTube is like Twitch. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Twitch, but it does the same thing. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, Tony. I'll look into it to see if it's something different that I may not be aware of. But those are the three that I want to focus on today: the Super Chat, which is YouTube's version, Patreon, and Tippy. Any questions about those or anything else that I may not have mentioned?
Cynthia has a question that says, what if you already have a channel and have subscribers, but now want to add fan funding?
You can do that. That's not prohibited. You can definitely do that. And if you want to unmute yourself, Cynthia, in case I'm not answering your question, please feel free to. If you're asking if that's an option, yes, it's an option.
But I'm sorry, do the previous subscribers have to pay?
So you're talking about Patreon when you're asking that. You're saying if you're talking about specifically using the Patreon fan funding option. So remember with fan funding, you're providing a reward of some sort. So I can subscribe to your channel, but not subscribe to your fan funding. So if I'm subscribed to your channel and I just see whatever you're putting on your channel, that's fine. Remember, let's just assume you have the $1, $3, and $5 level. You can have different dollar amounts. I'm just using those examples. But let's just say I now want to join the $1 fan. I want to join the $1 level. I would need to pay you that $1 for whatever the reward is that comes with that membership. If I don't want any of the rewards that come, I can still subscribe to your channel without subscribing to your fan funding. In this particular case, you're referring to Patreon, I think. Does that make sense, Cynthia?
She said yes, thanks.
Okay. Any other questions on Facebook or in the chat before I move on?
Yes, I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a couple, I guess, ideas for rewards? Like what, you said don't overthink it, but just give us a couple ideas.
What type of business do you have? Or are you striving to have? I don't know if you're already.
No, we do. It's just, Well, one is jewelry. Okay. I have jewelry designer, and the other, hold on, hold on, I'm going to mute for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. The clock is chiming here. So one is jewelry designer and the other is author.
The other is what?
I'm sorry, author. We wrote a book. We wrote a book, so author. So whichever, doesn't matter, I guess. Either one, both.
Okay, so let's just say, for example, with your book, I don't know if you're writing more books or not, but I'm just going, for the case of the example, I'm just going to assume that your book isn't released or you're writing another book. And let's just say you have a $2, $4, and $6 level, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can say at the $2 level, if you join at this level, you'll be the first to read, you'll get a chance to read the dedication or something, the foreword before the book is released. But at the $6 level, you get to read the first chapter before the book is released or something like that. That's an example. It gives you some type of, or something that I've seen other people do, not specifically with books, but they allow you to have a say in what their next decision is. I've seen, I have somebody that does, she does video creation. So she makes short films. And you get to read the script at the $1 level, but at the, I think it's actually a $150 level, but then at the $425 level or something like that, you can request edit to the script and then if you choose, and if your edit is accepted, you're now one of her writers. You get that claim. And then she has an even higher level where I forget what it is, but I think once a year she'll send you like a t-shirt or something like that to support her work. So, I mean, I joined hers at the level where I can make edits to her script, primarily because I'm thinking far in the future, if she ever becomes really, really famous, that means I'd be famous. But I mean, that's just an example. I hope that was helpful.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That was great. Because yes, that's right. I like that. It's perfect. Yes, good.
Okay, no problem. And Tony, were you saying that there was something on Facebook, a question on Facebook or no?
I'm saying there wasn't any.
No, okay. All right, so I'll continue. So that's the gist on fan funding. And those are the two main ways that you make money on YouTube itself. Now let's talk quickly through some of the ways that you make money through YouTube, not specifically on YouTube. You make these funds indirectly, but they're still effective ways to make money on YouTube. I think the first one on the list there is fairly obvious. And it's by selling your products or your services or your merchandise on YouTube. So there are two things that you should know about this. The first one is the obvious way. When you make a video, you tell people link is in the description, or you have something on your screen that says, visit my site or purchase. But a lot of times what people don't realize is, even if you don't have a product specifically or service specifically, you would have one or the other. But if you don't have something that you can actually sell, a lot of times you can become your own brand merchandise. So you can get a shirt made with your company's name on it, some cool saying that you always say, and wear it in your YouTube video. And now people want to know, how do I get that? And you can do it. You can have it where it's available on your site, or you can work with another platform that allows you to make these sales and you have another stream of income that way. Just something simple. For example, I use Hustle as an example. If I were to wear my Hustle shirt on a YouTube video and somebody wanted the Hustle shirt, I could potentially make that a stream of income for Hustle because people want the shirt that says Hustle. So that's just an idea. But I do want to talk on this a little bit because if you remember during week 1, I said that I'm a fan of soft selling when it comes to YouTube. I'm not the biggest fan of direct hard selling on YouTube as your first connection with your audience. So I still stand very true to those words. I'm still a big fan of soft selling, of people seeing the shirt and then sending them to the link on your website if they want to know more about the shirt and trying to do the sale on your website versus YouTube. It's nothing wrong with doing the hard sell on your YouTube page though. Like I told you the first week, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my preference. But you know, once again, that comes with knowing your audience, knowing what they prefer, but it's just an indirect way for you to make some sales on YouTube. And then something else is to a certain extent, and there are different rules associated with this, YouTube partner program members, going back to the first form of making money on YouTube that we talked about, at a certain level, and Tony, this may be potentially what you're referring to, I don't know, at a certain level, once you surpass a certain level, YouTube will then allow you to have what's called a shelf on their website, on the YouTube website, where you can sell your products or services directly on YouTube. It's kind of how when you're watching a video, when you see the links or other things on the side of the screen, you'll see where you can purchase or do certain things. Once you get to a certain level on YouTube, YouTube will allow you to do it directly there on their site, and you can learn more about that once you reach that level. But the first step obviously is becoming a YouTube partner program member. And that's the one that requires a minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch within a year. So once you get through those steps first, you can delve more into the other options that YouTube provides you as far as having a YouTube shelf to sell your products or services directly on YouTube. And it's proven to be effective for many, for many. All right, so the next thing I said, we'll touch on this a little bit, and it's using crowdfunding for YouTube, or using YouTube for your crowdfunding project. I think many of us are familiar with, you know, GoFundMe and Kickstarter. I don't know if Shannon is on the call with us today, but Shannon will remind us all the time that GoFundMe is not life insurance, and that's true. But GoFundMe is a really good crowdfunding platform when you're talking about making money on YouTube. So obviously the first step is to create your crowdfunding campaign, whether it's Kickstarter or GoFundMe or any other platform out there, because there are many options for you. And you create your YouTube video for your campaign. YouTube is the best platform that works with these things when it comes to videos. And you use your video, your platform on YouTube, to let them know about your crowdfunding effort to make some dollars for your crowdfunding effort. Now, the difference between crowdfunding and fan funding is there are more rules as it relates to crowdfunding. There are more rules as it relates to, there are more rules as it relates to crowdfunding compared to fan funding. And there are also more restrictions as it relates to crowdfunding. And you also almost have to offer people more with crowdfunding than you do with fan funding. And there's more of an expectation of keeping in regular communication when you do crowdfunding. And we won't get too much deeper into that, but the point that I'm trying to make is you use your YouTube video as a platform to sell or to promote whatever it is that you're trying to raise funding for crowdfunding, whether that's you need a new laptop for your business, whether it, crowdfunding just provides you so many opportunities. And I always say over and over and over, we believe this at Hustle, video is your best form of marketing. Video is your best form of marketing. So once you have that platform, you then create a video that you can share and tell everybody about what you're doing, and then send them back to YouTube. Okay. The next thing is You want to license your content. So in the rare case, but could easily happen, you create a video that goes viral. News outlets and other forms of media, they will reach out to you. They will want that video if it's going viral. Make money off of it. A lot of time, and it's okay if you don't want to. If you don't want to, then don't make money off of it. But a lot of news outlets and morning shows and online news sites, they know when a video go viral. They know the beauty of that. And it could be something simple. It could be something funny. It could be something with you and your dog, or it could be something specific to your business. You can license your content in exchange for money to them. And a lot of people don't realize it, but you can. There's also a platform. It's a marketplace. It's called Junkin Media. That's Juken Media, where you can place your YouTube videos on there. And if somebody wants to use it, they will pay you to use their video, and you can list prices however you want. I've seen people list videos for $50. I've seen people list videos for $300. I've seen people list videos for $1.50. So it's really up to you. But if somebody wants to use your video, they pay whatever price you've put. Normally I think there's a question where you ask them what they'll be using your video for, like whether it's for advertising, whether it's just for content on their website, just so you kind of have an idea of where your video will be going. But either way, you get paid for that. So that's another way to indirectly make money off of your YouTube videos, by licensing your content to other platforms and to other forms of media. And once again, that's Junkin Media, Juken Media. And then the final thing that I want to talk about today as a form of making money, monetizing YouTube. We talk about this a few classes actually throughout the last year as a growing way of marketing, and that's becoming a brand influencer. And we talk about how influencer marketing is going to be one of the top forms of advertising if it's not already there. We said this all of last year, so it might be there now once we see the numbers, but this is your time to shine. The great thing about brand marketing and becoming a brand influencer is you're telling the truth. You get paid to tell the truth. I obviously this requires that you have a good following. It's very rare that a brand will say, oh, you have 100 followers, let me pay you to talk about my brand and tell people about my brand. So normally you have to have a very high following. It's not a specific number, but it's not a specific number I can give you, but different brands do have different requirements. But more importantly than the number of subscribers that you have is they want to know your audience. Remember in the beginning, I talked a little bit about making sure you know the age and their gender and the location and things of that nature, and your watch count. Those are the things when you consider becoming a brand influencer. Those are the things that they're going to ask you to see if you're a good fit for their brand. So even if you don't have 1,000 followers, let's say you have, I'm going to stick to the 250 number. Let's just say you have 250 and it's a new brand and they just want to test a certain product with a small group, and your demographic seem to fit exactly what they want. There's a good chance they'll make you a brand influencer for them. And really all they do is send you their product or their whatever, let you use their service. And it's your job to get on your YouTube channel and tell your audience about it. Now, I would say almost 9.9 times out of 10, they want to hear something positive, but hey, you don't owe them that. That's the beauty of being a brand influencer. You're telling the truth. Now, something that you may think wouldn't work, but it's the best thing you can do if you decide to make money by being a brand influencer on YouTube, is let your audience, let your followers know that you are a brand influencer for this particular product. Don't try to sneak it into your video. Just let them know. Most people prefer that. this works really well for people that are doing how-tos and things of that nature. So I watch a lot of YouTube channels for natural hair care products. And, you know, a lot of times they'll tell you up front, hey guys, company X, Y, and Z sent me this product. And I've been using this product, and today I'm going to compare them for you and let you know what I think at the end. And, you know, they'll go through their video, and at the end, they'll give you a review. I'm pretty positive that their review typically is in favor of whoever they are a brand influencer for, but they get paid for that, and they let people know that, and it works in their favor because they already have the audience. We already trust you as the YouTuber, so we're gonna watch, and we're likely gonna buy this product. But you're getting paid whether I buy the product or not. So whether your audience buy the product or not, as a brand influencer, you're getting paid just for having it on the video. So that is an option for you. And I wish I could remember, because there's a way for you to delve into becoming a brand influencer. I can't remember oh, there you go. I took notes on them. There's a few marketplaces that I want to quickly tell you about. Grapevine Logic. So that's Grapevine Logic. That's one. FameBit, FameBit, one word, FameBit. Channel Pages. And finally, CrowdTap. CrowdTap. CrowdTap is one word, and FameBit was one word. Grapevine Logic and Channel Pages are two words. Those are marketplaces where if you want to explore becoming a brand influencer on your YouTube channel, those are places you can go and learn about the requirements and various things of that nature. And I mean, some people get paid as little as 5 to 15 cents per view, or some people just charge the brand $20 per X amount of subscribers. And then some people, you know, depending on your following, can charge anywhere between 2,000 to 10 to 100,000 per follower. So people make real money being a brand influencer if that's something that you're interested in for you or your business. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that for you.
Can you repeat those again?
Yes. Grapevine Logic. So that's two words, Grapevine Logic. And that's one of the more popular influencer marketplaces. That one requires the minimum that I talked about before, the 1,000. FameBit, FameBit. That's another one. That one requires a bit more. I think that one requires a minimum of 5,000 subscribers before they'll consider making you a brand influencer. The next one is Channel Pages. Channel Pages, two words. And that, I will honestly say that one is probably the most friendliest with YouTube. And then CrowdTap, CrowdTap, one word, CrowdTap. And this one doesn't have a minimum follower count, so that one is very popular as well. And this one is good for really short videos, making money with really short videos. So you can visit those different marketplaces and learn more about each one specifically as it relates to brand marketing. You know, it kind of feels a little bit like affiliate marketing, but there are key differences, but wanted to make sure those were mentioned as we close out those sessions. So those are the more indirect ways for you to make money on YouTube. They're still as effective as the ways that you make money directly on YouTube that we talked about, whether it's through an ad platform or whether it's through fan funding. They're just as effective as both of these. So you just kind of figure out what works best for you. But I wanted to come back to this screen to say these two are the ways to make money on YouTube itself. These are the ways to make money on YouTube itself. The other ones, and fan funding. You make money on YouTube itself through fan funding. But the other ones are just more effective ways, but they're very indirect ways that you make money on YouTube. And I thought I wasn't going to go until 1:30. Apparently I lied because it's 1:30. But are there any questions for me?
No, I just want to say it was great. I stayed longer than I thought I was going to stay because I do have to go, but it was great.
I'm
Oh,
glad you enjoyed it. Just email us if you want the presentation and we'll send it to you. Thanks for staying. I know you had a 1 o'clock conference.
okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. It's very helpful and informative.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Appreciate
So once
it.
again, if anyone needs the presentation, just email us and we will send that to you. And if you need to get on our email list, just visit our website and pop your email into the link there and you'll start to receive emails from us. I did want to close out really quickly. I know some of you have to go, but just wanted to let you all know, remind you, we do not have Marketing Outside the Box next week as we observe Memorial Day that Monday. And then the next day is another national holiday, my birthday. So we'll be paying attention to that as well.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, a May
Thank you.
baby. Mine was
Thank
the
you.
picker.
But please continue to pay attention to our Facebook and YouTube pages and email as we tell you about what we're going to do in June. I mentioned it last week a little bit. We're going to do what's known as marketing audits, marketing content audits. For those who've been with us for a while, you may remember back in, I think, October, we did visual content audits for you. So we'll be doing something very similar, but it's specific to marketing, and it's you have the opportunity for you to provide us with your business, and we'll do some marketing audits on it during Marketing Outside the Box. Look out for the information as it relates to that, and we'll outline the details. I know we're out of time now. We'll outline the details in the email and on the flyer, but just keep an eye out for all of it, and we'll send it out to you, I would say next week, or probably Friday. And I think that's all. If you don't have any questions for me, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Marianne. I see your happy birthday wish in the chat. Thank you. But thank you all so much for joining us today, and have a great rest of your week.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.